asshole. Oh. At this time of year, there's a lot of, I won't say we have a problem with Asian hornets, but we have Asian hornets. They're kind of like sharks. That's the way Dave describes them anyway.
Also attacking the bees and also being a nuisance.
They're slow. They're easy to swat, but they're not so easy to kill. And they're part of the ecosystem, so it's not necessarily our goal to kill them. But they do prey on the hives, you know. They'll stalk, they'll hang out here by the front entrance and just wait for, and if the hive is not strong enough, they'll go right inside and take pupa and take bees. And then they fly up into this tree, and we always imagine a maniacal chuckle. So we've known that this hive has problems. It had a disease, and we're just gonna put it in Bidood, I think, on the other hive. Because all this is doing is breeding wax moths. Oh, geez, take a look at this. You go in here and get some of these wax moth larvae. Here. Here you can see one moving through the... See, they dig a hole and they make these paths.
And here you can see some of the ruined frames, the leftovers of the wax moth infestation. Some of them had honey in them, others didn't. The ones that were salvageable, we transferred to other hives.
So let's say a few words about wax moths. So wax moths can completely decimate a hive that's not strong enough to fight them off. There's a whole ecosystem inside the hive. What happens is the wax moth's life cycle is much more rapid than honeybee's life cycle. So the female wax moth goes inside the hive, lays her eggs in there, and then as the larvae hatch, they eat the wax. But they don't care what wax they eat through, so they'll eat all the way through, and whatever's in their path, they don't care, not just wax. So they'll just, and they make all these trails, and this is what's left behind. It's useless and it's sad. In a strong hive, the bees can fight off the wax moth.
So here we are, trying to get rid of the debris of all the wax moths. And the wasps, if you look close, you can see them all around me. They're having a good time. They think it's the afternoon buffet at the Luby's cafeteria, for those in America who know what that's about. The rest of you can just kind of sing along. So we're going to clean up all this. All these little pupae, whatever's left of them, from the wax moths. We spent all Friday clearing out the hives and moved some of them over there, as you see in the other film cuts, and trying to resuscitate the remaining hives, and hopefully they'll be able to overcome the problem both of the wax moths and of the wasps. And we have Scruff, the mascot, also doing her part in chasing out the wasps. Here's two wasps that are fighting, and Scruff is feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Here you can see all the hives with affected frames that we're leaving for the wasps and the bees in the remaining hives to scavenge off. We'll try and deal with the wasps in coming days as best we can to try and get rid of the problem, or at least limit it so they're not a nuisance to us, and of course so they won't be poaching on the bees. As far as our holiday hut, or sukkah as we call it, goes, Miri is, as I'm filming this, making up a batch of peppermint oil and some other natural oils that repel the wasps. So it's less of a nuisance for us, and hopefully they'll get the hint and leave us alone. Not likely, but one can always hope. And of course, finally, Scruff, the trusty mouse cat. Scruff, you're on. He's keeping an eye out for something. For Backyard Beekeeping, I'm Dave Bender with Beekeeper Miri. Thanks for being with us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, so you can get the next installment. Scruff, you're on.